Can I have members in the house? Get out, and I want members. I want.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
I need them for only 2 hours.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Abedi Wanika has talked about a very critical issue. Having foreign investors entering into the local business is very dangerous. These people come here as investors, as manufacturers, but they are going into retail business. If we don't protect our local citizens, it is dangerous for the economy. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Abedi Wanika emphasized on the issue of competition in business. Ideally, Uganda, we are losing business, Honourable Minister. Manufacturers are paying taxes. You want also to go down, also to the wholesalers, also to pay taxes for the same good that has already attracted taxes. Ideally, before Uganda was a business hub. As we speak today, in the region, we are losing out. So, I want to say that, Honourable Minister, if you want Uganda to remain in business,
I take back, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable.
Just one last thing, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the Minister said that they are going to put up offices in Chikubo to educate the public on IFRIS. I want to remind you that even in Masaka City, in Mbale City, in Soloti, the entire nation, we need these offices, not only in Chikubo. Traders are not only in Chikubo, the strike is everywhere, countrywide. Ensure that you put offices everywhere.
But that's why we have always said, when we pass a law, make people know what is expected of them. We have all these radios here. Putting an office in Chikubo or in Masaka, a person in Bukede will not reach that office. But if you went on radio and started popularizing what you've passed, what you've agreed, and these people will pay because they want services, but they lack information. Yes, Attorney General. All of you are going to speak.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Our economy has largely been driven by our local traders. And if you have been in Chikubo 10 years ago and you go there today, you will realize the real slump in the business. Most of our people have actually been driven out of business. And one of the factors has been overtaxation. When Rwanda crossed the borders with Uganda, it established its own Chikubo in Rwanda. And most of the people used to shop from Chikubo here, from Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, have now resorted to Rwanda and others to Tanzania. Now, if the minister, especially the Minister of Finance, is interested in resolving this issue and bringing back our economy on track, there is a group of traders, the middle ones, called the Tusachimo. And I've tried one time to link up the ministry with that group of traders to discuss with them, and you actually get to know where the challenge is. IFRIS wouldn't have been a problem, but it is adding a cost on their business. Most of these traders, by the way, are P7 dropouts, P7, S1, S2, but they are the ones who have been driving this economy. Now, you have the foreigners who have opened it up. Yes, they are manufacturers, but they have their own wholesale shops, they have their own retail shops, and they have had all this system throughout the entire country. And our people are being driven out of business. Some of us who have been surviving on them as legal practitioners are also running out of business. So the ministry really needs to go down and have this dispute with the traders addressed from both a legal point of view and also a humane point of view. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Maggie?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank the Minister for having held the meeting with the traders. As Honorable Bwanika has said, this strike in Kampala is representative of the whole country. Everyone else up country has been looking at the resolution that is coming out of this meeting to find solutions for their respective areas. My issue is still with, if they have opened up an office in Chikubo, what is happening with my traders in Wizwera down in Imbarara who are facing the same issue? I also want to say that there is also something within the citizens of this country. People are saying, and I want to bring it to this house, honorable colleagues, people are not refusing to pay taxes, but there is also what they are asking. What is the tax they are paying, doing for their children, for their spouses, for this country? As we continue to pay taxes, as our people continue to pay taxes, at the end of it all, what are people gaining from the taxes that they are paying? I beg to submit.
Thank you. Though what you pay as tax should not be equivalent to what you receive. Taxes, you have hospitals, you have schools, you have roads, you have all of that. Even paying you as a member of parliament is out of those taxes. Mitoma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Last week, I'm not a business person, but I fell a victim when I got a donation from the US of reusable pant pads. The 6% was paid at the airport. But when they saw those pant pads, they said that they are knickers. I went through a lot, but when I went to URA, what has been raised here by the traders, it was found out, even for them, they didn't know, that even knickers are charged 35%. Imagine women knickers, they are so given at sometimes 2,000 up to 10,000. 35% is big. So I request that the garments should not be generalized. They should just know which garment and which use. Because 35 is so big on female knickers, and the donations. Right Honorable Speaker, I get protection.
Honorable, people, let's Honorable Mitoma finish.
And secondly, these were the donations. My donors were forced to pay 20 million for those reusable pant pads. I even have samples here. They call them knickers because they are reusable pant pads. So I request that they change, they try to categorize the garments they are charging 35% for. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I think the problem that we are facing here is that the Ministry of Finance, Uganda Revenue Authority, have failed to recognize our businessmen as stakeholders in generating taxation.
The major stakeholders.
The major stakeholders. They only go in form of enforcement. They do not involve them in most of the negotiations. And that is where we end up with this problem. If they could involve them right from the beginning, that this is what is coming up, take their opinions as well on board, and reach a meeting point, we would not be where we are right now. On the issue of VAT, Madam Speaker, Kenya pays VAT already at 16%, and most of our goods actually pass via Kenya. Our VAT indeed is high at 18%. So I do understand and plead with understand the traders' plea that VAT should be reduced to 16%. And Madam Speaker, VAT is supposed to be reclaimed back. But up to today, we do not know how many traders actually know that they can claim back VAT. Such informations are not being given to our traders, that they can balance some of those things. So I beg that we get more information, like you said, that they should get more engagement through radios and sensitization. Thank you.
Thank you. You should have the stakeholders engagement for them to know what we expect of them and what they expect of us and what their right is.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to say here that we all need taxes to develop the economy. But however, the issues being raised by traders here are issues I will consider to be irregularities in the administration of the tax. We are a member of East African Community, and one of the reasons of joining East African Community was to widen our market so that we become competitive in the East African region. But when you look at our tax regimes, the decisions we make in terms of taxation, they do not make us to be competitive. Members have already raised here that neighboring countries, their VATs at 16%. But for us, we charge at 18%. Now, here as a country, we thought we would boost our trade with countries like Congo. We even went up to the extent of constructing roads in Congo in the name of trading with Congo. But when our taxes are very high, we may realize that we have constructed those roads for other countries, not for ourselves. So for me, to promote our competitiveness in the region, we should work together with the rest of the countries in terms of issues to do with the VAT. On manufacturers, Madam Speaker, most of these manufacturers, when you look at them, they're treated as investors. Many of them don't pay taxes. Sometimes they have tax incentives. But the real people who pay taxes are the local ones. You find that in deep villages, some of those up-country towns like Koboko, Yumbe, Moyo, and the rest, we had our local traders who were agents of these manufacturers. When these items are manufactured, they will take them, they become wholesalers and distributors. But you find up to the lowest, the remote village, these so-called investors, they go there. They don't pay taxes. It is these same people we expect taxes from who are struggling with this. So I think some of these issues are very valid. We need really to address them if we are to promote our competitiveness. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Harriet.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I just want us to interest ourselves in the number of businesses that are closing to date. You realize as leaders, if you went through your constituency, you would actually realize that a shop that was there a year ago is no longer there. It is not out of the goodwill of these people that they've gotten better or better things to do. It is because of COVID and the high taxation, people are closing shop, Right Honorable Speaker and members. And what does not help this country is that this country has carried out tax exemptions to people actually who have ability to pay tax. Yet they continue to squeeze the ordinary person who does not have capacity to pay. The traders have a very yes, and actually as government, when businesses close, we don't gain anything out of it. Because even if you charge high tax, people close the shop. You'd rather have very many businesses open, and then you charge what is available. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.